Welcome back to Don't Be Dead. Tonight we're going to uncover some found footage, the horror subgenre built entirely on the belief that filming is more important than survival.
Hey everyone, I'm Derek.
I'm James, and tonight's episode is called Caught on Camera because bitches don't know how to stop recording.
That's right, because we're talking about Creep and the Den.
And we just so happen to be joined by one of our favorite people in the entire world, the lovely Yasmine.
Yay!
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank
I'm
you
excited.
for being here.
All the way from the West Coast, because we're all the way over here, and you're all the way over there. Although, I mean, I'll have FOMO for a second, right? You two got to hang out recently.
We did.
Yeah.
We had a good old time. We went all kinds of places, Yaz.
We really did. We did a lot in one day. I was proud of us.
I know. We had we were talking about hanging out, and I was like, what can we do? And I was like, I'll send you a list of some things. And I sent Yaz like a list of like 5 or 6 places that I wanted to go. And I was like, are any of these worth doing? Like, how many of these should we do? And she goes, we need to do all of these things.
All of them.
Let's do all of them.
Yeah.
And I think we did, right? We hit like pretty much every spot.
Except we didn't go to Whammy. That was the only thing I did not get a chance to go to. But it's fine because the other stuff was probably cooler anyways.
Yeah, it was either Whammy or Dim Sum, and Dim Sum.
Dim Sum won. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, I saw photos and I was jealous. I was very jealous.
You should be.
Jaws exhibit, the freaking Myers house, and the hedge. I was like, make sure you go to the hedge. It's down the street. He goes, oh, this hedge, and sends me a picture. And I was like, you stupid bitch. Yes, that hedge.
Love it.
But hey, you've been to Slashback though, haven't you, James? Slashback video. You didn't do that when you were there? Okay.
No, I did. It was called Dark Delicacies, I think it was called, which is now closed. That's where like that book signing was, where they had the cast of My Bloody Valentine and the author of the book, which was new at the time. And they had Anthony Massey, who we've just been speaking to recently, who made the game. So I met all these people like in one go, and the store was great, but it closed last year.
Oh,
that really bummed me out. Yeah. But there was like a video store around the corner. Wait, where was this video? Where'd you go?
So Slashback's been in like 2 different locations, if I'm remembering correctly. First,
it was originally at Mystic Museum in Burbank.
Okay. So Burbank is where the Dark Delicacies.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then there was one video store that was right around the corner from the Myers house that I went to.
Be Kind Video, probably.
Thank you. I was like, I forgot the name of it. It was video rentals, but they were selling stuff. And that's where I bought like my Halloween 3 4K, an Alien Blu-ray set that I can't watch. I'm pretty sure it's Region B. But it looks beautiful. The box is so cute. She loves an aesthetic.
Yes, she does. Yes, I miss it. I want to come back. I will have to say the West Coast is the best coast.
California misses you. Wow. It was so much fun.
I know.
Well, James was in Vegas having a blast too. So I was like, we should just meet in the middle somewhere.
We could have. It's like 2 hours. I mean, 2 hours would have been a middle point. Yeah.
If I had spent that whole first day like just going to see you guys, that could have been, I don't know what's in the middle though. It's probably just sand.
Nothing.
Desert. What was the middle place? Like, what's the middle between?
Someone tell us what's between Vegas and LA.
I mean, it's a lot of sand and desert. It really is. Yeah,
because Vegas was cute. I mean, I was there for a work trip. So once the work stuff started, it was like pew, 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 and nonstop. But we did get to go to the Sphere. We saw the Wizard of Oz. Very cute.
I'm so jealous.
It is. I will say you should go just to go, as long as the prices aren't like ridiculous, because it's not worth like the $500 I saw at one point, because the prices go like up and down. And some moments I'm like, that's AI. I'm like, I'm watching like the equivalent of what I'd see like AI on my phone. But like when that tornado hit, I was not well. Like it was a lot. And I was shooketh for that entire tornado scene. Like, I think I almost cried. I was like, genuinely like, like it was.
Oh my gosh.
So it's very cute. And they chop a lot out. They kind of like streamline it. So it's not like a 2-hour experience, like an hour. It's like 90 minutes. So a lot of like.
Bitch, you said like 3 different times. You said it's like 90 minutes, 2 hours, an hour.
It's not an hour. No, it's like 90. It's like an hour and a half. I was going to
Did I
say
just
an
miss your
hour.
amp? Okay.
I was going
I
to
heard
say
an
an hour.
an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So what I was going to do was
How
say
long
an
was it?
hour. I was going to say an hour and a half. And then my brain said, wait. And so I said 90 minutes instead. So you're welcome for that. Anyway, that's not what this episode's about. We're here to talk about found footage films.
Yeah, we are. But
Two
before we do that, though,
specifically.
it's game time, James.
Oh God, it's game time.
Yay.
Yeah. Yes. It's guys, we're playing something called Press Record and Die. Okay.
I'm ready to die.
All right. So
And press record.
James, Yaz, you two can play together to try to,
Yeah.
figure out the answer.
We got this.
I have some questions for you. Just give me the answer.
Here's
It's
some
not
answers.
multiple choice, so good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Ready to play? Okay.
Nope. Let's go.
All right. Question 1. Which 2007 Spanish found footage film stars actress Manuela Velasco as a TV reporter trapped inside a quarantined apartment building?
Wreck, right?
That's
Yes.
all you, James.
I've never seen it, but
I've never even heard of it.
so I've
Wreck?
never seen Wreck.
Rec. R-E-C. Rec.
You see, it basically.
Like a car wreck.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And you know what? No, I haven't watched that.
Okay.
That's
I
like
haven't
one
either.
that flew under my radar, and I still have not watched it.
It's cute. I like it. It's
There's a
creepy.
bunch of sequels. I haven't seen a single
Yeah.
one of them, but I love Quarantine, which is the remake. So
Me too.
I have to go back. Okay, we got that. Yes.
All right, you got
Yay.
it. You got it.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. All right, question 2. Here we go. Which found footage horror film launched the career of director Oren Peli after being made almost entirely in his own house?
I know. Do you know?
Wait, the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Paranormal Activity?
It's Paranormal Activity. It's Paranormal Activity. Those
I'm
movies
not even gonna
freak me
lie.
out.
The question went through one ear and out the other, and I was
You got the answer though.
She
I
toned
think
you
I heard
out.
that.
She said mute.
She goes, I already know this. Fuck
Yeah,
this bitch. I know this answer.
Yeah.
Like, please, come on. Good job. All right. Next question. What controversial 1980 film used found footage elements so convincingly that its director was investigated by Italian authorities?
Your turn, James.
You know, I didn't realize it came out. In
I was gonna guess,
1980.
but I feel like
It's
I'm not
Cannibal
sure.
Holocaust.
yeah, okay.
But I
Alright.
thought that came out in the 70s. I thought like early 70s. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
that's
1980.
kind of yeah.
But the
right?
investigation part, I remember hearing that's what happened. Like they like arrested him because they thought he killed people. And
When did that come out?
Did I get the year wrong? I thought it was 1980.
maybe it was. I mean, I think because it looked like it was a 70s film is
70s,
why
yeah.
I think, but I really don't know.
Maybe it was like filmed in the 70s and released in the 80s.
Yeah.
One of those situations. Hold on, I'm looking. 1980. Yeah.
1980.
Yeah.
Cute.
Have you ever seen that movie? Either of you?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
What do we think about it?
It's cool. I don't like, I'm not like ride or die for it, but
Yeah.
like it's cool aside from like the not nice stuff in there.
There's a lot of not nice stuff.
It's a
Yeah.
mean-spirited movie.
It is a
It is.
mean-spirited movie.
And I do
Yeah.
like mean-spirited movies, but not
Period.
when it involves like real animals.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because
love
that.
there's like assaulty things. There's like a lot of
That
stuff.
too.
And I'm like, I don't like any of this stuff.
That pole thing.
But the pole, well, that's what I guess that's what it was, that they were like,
Yeah.
she's dead. But yeah, the
She's
animal stuff.
dead.
She's dead. The animal stuff is unforgivable.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those I watched once and will never watch again, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like if it's on, I'll watch it.
Okay,
But I don't
yeah.
like actively like
seek it
put it
out.
on. It's like I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. It doesn't
Yeah.
like stand out to me. Like, oh yeah, I want to watch that again.
It
We were
doesn't give
shown
me the
that
warm
in like
fuzzies. Yeah.
the warm fuzzies, not a comfort
Mhm.
movie.
No.
I was shown that in like a film class, and I was like, and Derek knows this story because he knows what movie I showed, but I was like, I was like, holy shit, like I didn't realize this was the assignment. Like some other kid showed that movie as I think like an avant-garde something whatever, and all of us were like, what the fuck, like wild. So anyway,
Well,
we did it.
do you know what? Okay, you need to tell Yaz what movie your selection was for
Oh
that assignment.
gosh.
For the
So-
an example of avant-garde, right? Yeah.
I just loved any excuse to talk about movies that I already wanted to talk about. So the assignment was avant-garde, and I chose Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
What's wrong with that?
I said it was a mainstream horror film that spoke about like religion, film. The cast was playing themselves. Like I had this whole like whatever. I wrote this whole paper. I still have it. Like I wanted to talk about Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That's it. In current events, I forgot what the topic was, but I said that sounds like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and so I got to talk about that, the movie versus the remake. There was one, I forgot what it was called. Obviously, it was bad in this class, I guess, but it had to do with like there were certain elements, and she's like, I'm looking for these 5 elements. Find one movie that has all these elements, and the one that I can think of was like basically sound over like the audio over the visual. So like you're not seeing, but you're hearing. And I forgot what the term was called, but Derek, I showed The Relic.
Well, I have one example in my film class. We had to like dissect a scene, and I chose Paris Hilton's chase scene from House of Wax.
Oh my God.
I know.
Talk about iconic.
Well, other people are showing these highbrow stuff. I mean, like somebody was showing like the scene from The
my
Shining,
God.
like the elevators open, the blood comes out, and he's doing that. Other people are like, like Amelie and just world-renowned films, and I choose House of Wax.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I love you for that.
All right, next question. This is you got to use your ears for this one. Okay. I'm going to play a clip from a found footage horror film. All you have to do is just tell me what film it's from. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. It's loud. Be prepared.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I saw it.
Yes, you know. James might know.
I'm so bad at stuff like this.
Let me try it one more time.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I saw it.
Oh my God, go ahead, James.
It is Quarantine.
It sure is.
I love this movie. She's like, I've been bitten.
Yeah.
People hate Jennifer Carpenter in this movie because she's, what did you say, Derek? She's like, it's like 90 minutes.
I described this movie as Jennifer Carpenter having a 90-minute panic attack, and that's the entire film. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I love it. I think she's giving a damn good panic attack performance, and that is like almost, it's like the last like 10 minutes of the movie, she's just like, ah.
Have you ever seen it yet?
No.
Quarantine? No?
Ooh.
No, okay.
Oh my
So
God. Yeah.
I think I might have told you this. Like a lot of found footage movies, I enjoy them. I love them. A lot of them I haven't seen because I get motion sick so easily.
Oh.
So I avoid a lot of them.
This
The ones
is
that
very-
I really want to watch, I'll like try to power through it, or I cover my eyes for like the majority of it and try to just like look for the important scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kind of hard for me to get through.
Oh, I didn't
So-
know that.
It sounds
But I love
like
them.
it sounds like when you come to VHS Fest, yes, because you have to, and the audience is going to agree, and the critics are going to agree, and the mainstream media is going to agree. We have to watch Quarantine.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell. Like I
Yeah.
think it's very scary.
I
Yeah,
think it's
I
a
hear
very
it's
good
great,
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
when I go to VHS Fest,
When
we
you come.
will
Mhm,
watch
that's
it.
right.
When you come. All right.
It's now on record recorded that you said when I come to VHS Fest.
It's
If you're not
official.
there, I
and you're a
can't.
liar. You know,
Yeah, then you're a liar. Yeah. And we're gonna tell everybody.
She ain't shit. She's a liar.
You know why Yaz isn't here? She's a fucking
She
liar.
ain't shit.
Yeah. She ain't shit. She lies.
We're kidding. We love you.
I know. We're kidding. Yeah.
I'm gonna try
Yaz
my
is
best, you guys.
We would
Literally the
never.
best human.
I'm gonna try my best.
I know, and that's
I
all we
know.
expect.
Exactly.
All right, couple more questions. All right.
Okay.
Which found footage movie follows American tourists trapped in the Paris catacombs?
As above, so below. Did I get that right?
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you think of that one?
That movie was awesome. I saw it once and I haven't revisited it, but I want to because I remember enjoying it.
Same.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since then, but I'm in my Steelbook era, and there was a Steelbook, so I bought it.
Last question. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. This is a tough one. This is like for the historians in the group. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So, Which found footage sci-fi horror film follows amateur filmmakers documenting alien activity in rural Pennsylvania? This is largely considered to be one of the first found footage movies as well.
Can I have a hint?
What year did it come out, did you say?
I think this one came out in 1989. Vinegar Syndrome released the Blu-ray.
Can I have the letter that it
Yeah.
starts with?
It starts with V and then letter M. The letter
Okay.
M.
It's not
Letter-
what I thought.
Letter M, little C, big P.
Little C, big P.
Yep.
James, help me. I don't know.
I have no idea. This isn't fair. We were doing
I know,
so
this is
great.
a tough one. This is a tough one.
The McFarlane tapes? Like, what do you?
You are so close, James. You are
What?
so close.
You said little C, big P. Like,
Yeah, you're so close.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm stumped.
Was I close with the McFarley?
You are close with the Mick.
The McFlurry.
That's it. Sorry, the McFlurry. Yeah. The McFlurry machine is broken.
We won.
Yeah.
The McFlurry. It's
a cool-
actually the McPherson tape. The McPherson tape.
Dang.
Wow.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Never heard of her.
I watched it. You can find it, I think, on Tubi.
I love
it. Really
Tubi
is set up
for
like they're at like a house. I think they're having like a birthday party or something, maybe. And they see some, and they're like recording, and they see like, some lights outside, and they go investigate, and then shenanigans ensue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I like that.
A lot of people also like consider like something the last broadcast, I think, to be one of the first. I think it came out like the year before Blair Witch Project. I had never seen that one though. Have either of you seen that one?
No, I've heard of it though.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Because it pretends to be like an actual broadcast of like a television show.
Yeah,
Almost like a late night with the devil situation where we're watching.
Oh,
what we think
yeah.
is like that's what I've heard, but I haven't seen it. Cute.
Well, that's it. Thanks for playing Press Record and Die, everybody.
Press record and die. Did
Hey.
we die?
y'all survived. Y'all survived.
Okay.
Y'all got a little wound, on that
Oh.
last one. Y'all got, y'all didn't get bitten, but you almost did.
I was bad. Oh, she's so
Just
good.
you had to watch that just for Jennifer Carpenter's performance. She really does
Yes.
slay that
But-
entire
but-
role. Yeah.
But Yaz, don't, because we're gonna watch it together at
Or that too.
At
VHS
VHS
Fest.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
You're right.
Because Airbnb, our
Our B&B.
Airbnb is cute. So you're gonna have to come over if you're. We'll talk after.
So let's talk about The Den. The Den is from 2014, and it's a Screen Life film about a girl who uses a new online video chat service called The Den to study her interactions with strangers, but ends up pissing off a murder cult instead. So Screen Life is a subgenre of a subgenre. So like it's a subgenre within the found footage world. So, and I didn't realize this was even like a term until recently. And I'm like, what's Screen Life? And so it's like movies like Host or Unfriended, like laptop movies. They're called Screen Life. Yeah.
I never heard that and never knew that was. And it makes sense because it is not found footage. Okay, that's cool. Screen Life.
Screen
Yeah,
Life.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen Host or Unfriended, anything like that?
I
I
haven't
saw-
seen Unfriended. I've definitely seen
Wonderful.
Host, and I remember it scaring me. I was like actually freaked out.
Host was kind of creepy. Have you seen Host,
Yeah.
James?
Well, I forgot which one I saw. Which is the one where, like, as they are, I think they might be both movies where, like, they're on camera and each of them like starts like dying on camera.
Host,
Well,
probably.
they do a seance and then
Yeah.
during Zoom. I think it's like this came out during like quarantine, didn't
Mhm.
it? Right.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah.
I think it was Unfriended. 'Cause mine was a long time ago. I saw it.
The letterbox rating for The Den is 2.8. Would y'all agree with that? How would you rank this?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I do too. I think I gave this maybe like a 2.5, maybe a 3. I don't think I gave this a 3. I think 2.5 is kind of where I landed on it. But I was reading the reviews and I pulled out some of my favorites. Can I read some
Okay.
of these to you? Okay.
Yes, please.
Half of these people were walking around holding their laptop open with the webcam facing outwards.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Yes.
So that's what was happening, right? for like, because
Well-
this came out in what, 2013?
14.
Is that what was going on? They're carrying their laptop. Like she's out on a run carrying her laptop.
I was genuinely confused because sometimes I'm like, I think maybe it's a laptop, but my brain is so used to smartphones that I was like, well, maybe
Right.
sometimes, because at one point the screen seemed to change and had like a chat that popped up. And I was like, oh, I think now it's her phone. So I'm like, okay, so sometimes it's the laptop, sometimes it's the phone. I don't think they knew. I don't think they cared at some points because, yeah, like you said, on a run, like we're what it's weird. Like the camera's facing her. A lot of times the main character's name is Elizabeth, who I didn't like very much. And we're watching her face as she does stuff. But then sometimes we are watching where she's like using the laptop as a flashlight. So I'm like, so are you walking around with your laptop facing outward?
Yes.
Like that doesn't make sense. You wouldn't do that.
I know.
Like
Someone's
but-
breaking in your house. The first thing, why is she treating her laptop like it's a purse? Let me grab my
Right.
laptop real quick.
Grab
you
it-
know?
yeah, like,
and
even though
see
she's
it's when
doing
breaking
this,
into my home. That's
Yeah.
the one thing with these movies with found footage in general that kind of like you have to suspend the logic a little bit, but like yeah, it's like all right, no one would be walking around holding their laptop in this moment. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a turn off your brain movie. I think that the other movie we're about to talk about is not a turn off your brain movie. I think it uses the found footage very cleverly. This one follows more of like a conventional structure where the protagonist is like recording evidence like as they're witnessing something disturbing and they're like, oh no, a knife, oh no, a this, oh no, a that. And it's you have to piece everything together with like digital context clues, which I feel like a lot of these found footage movies kind of went that route. So it takes the horror away from like the immediacy of like, I feel like I'm watching something I shouldn't, and it turns it more into like an investigation. And so I was kind of removed from this movie in that aspect, but it is silly enough that, which is crazy to say because there's some real fucked up shit happening in this movie, but it was kind of like ridiculous enough, I'll say, that I still had some fun with it.
Yes. What did you think of the movie?
I like just from like, you know, a casual viewing, I guess, perspective, like I thought it was fun. And then right out of the gate, I was texting you guys when I was watching it, and I was like, I'm scared. I was genuinely scared after that first jump scare with the kid where he's like, oh, there's a monster in my closet. I was like, don't even start that right now.
Yes.
Right when the movie starts, I was like, oh my God. So it kind of set up, you know, like I was tense from that point on because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what this is going to be. I'm going to be jump scared and like just tense the entire time. So in that sense, it was fun and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And like just all the people that she like chatted with were hysterical too. The guy that was on his bike in New York.
And he got hit by a car.
He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 4G, baby. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And she's like,
4G.
skip. Yeah.
And then the one of like they were doing like that Russian roulette game around the table, you know, with the
That
gun.
that one got me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The movie kind of creates like almost like a fake news narrative, which is weird. Like it shows you things that are like a lot of 80s movies did this. And so I appreciated this movie for doing it too, where like it shows people playing pranks so that later when something terrible happens, they go, oh, it's another prank. It is like a cry wolf situation. This did that a lot. So like the kid in the beginning, the Russian roulette, I was like, you son of a bitch. Like you just got me. So later when she is like someone died on my screen, they're like, it was another prank, Elizabeth, shut up. Like it makes sense that they would be like, how about you chill the fuck out? Like, obviously this is not real.
It's not a situation where no one believes women.
No one believes women.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. Why should they?
Why should they, Yaz? Yeah.
Why should they, Yaz? Tell us.
I swear, and it's always, I was watching the movie with Mike, and he was like, because he's not familiar with movies like in any way, shape, or form. He's not a big movie person, and he was like, how come it always ends with like, you know, like the girl kind of being the one that like gets stuck in the predicament? And I'm like, there's a fight. Well, she won't. Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. This show is for people who we assume have seen these movies. I did not give my disclaimer. I apologize. Now, please spoil.
Oh no, I had just told him because before we had finished it, I was like the final girl trope. I'm like, that's a thing, and he was like, I've never heard of that in my life, and I'm like, it's because you don't watch movies. It's okay.
Yeah.
He's so pure.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah. I'm like, that's just kind of how it is, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they don't believe the girls or the women in the movies, and
Yeah.
it just is what it is. But thankfully, most of the time, sadly not in this case, the final girl does prevail, or the women do prevail.
Yeah.
Her situation at the end, I thought she was gonna get away.
I
And
did
then-
too.
I was rooting for her. I really was. I'm like, she's gonna do it. Yeah.
Yep. I
Like,
didn't
she
like
was
her.
kind of annoying. Like,
That's the
James,
thing.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But like towards the end, I was like, okay, like we're getting somewhere. She's like outsmarting these guys, and then
Like, she
my
got,
opinion
yeah.
my opinion had changed, and then she got because I was like, okay, you've come this far. She was fighting back. She was doing the stuff that I wish that she was doing earlier. And I was like, yes, bitch, like, get it. And she put up such a fight to then, you know, to
I
give us that
know.
bleak ending, that weird bleak ending. We're jumping ahead. That's fine. I love to do it. I have bad knees, but I like to jump around. So we find out that God, it is a hell of a fight that she puts up. She gets caught. And then it's like
We
a
find
full
out it's
circle.
this big death cult. There's
Yes.
like this cult, essentially. We're calling it a death cult, but it's this group of people who make snuff torture films to put them on the internet.
It's
Like, I
giving
guess like the dark
hostile.
web, or it's kind of like hostile-ish. Yeah,
It's OnlyFans for murder.
yeah. So she
Yeah.
ends up, I guess, chatting with one of these people when she was on this site. By the way, have any of you ever used a site like that, like chat roulette or anything like that? Like, have you ever done those before?
a long time ago.
I would never do it. Chuck would get on him sometimes, and I'm like, he's like, Derek, come over here. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like, I was too nervous.
I never thought it was real. It was the weirdest concept to me because I've seen it in a couple movies now. Did
They
that?
do
Or do they
this.
still do it?
I don't know. Did you ever have any weird encounters, Yaz, when you did that?
You know what? I honestly don't even remember. I feel like everything was pretty tame. I want to say like
Okay.
I never did it like alone. That like scared me. My
Smart.
friends would like hop on there. I forget what the website was. And like, yeah, nothing weird, thankfully. Like, and it seemed the majority of the people we talked to, it was mostly just like, let's prank people or like do stupid stuff, you know? Like,
There's
And
one
that's
called
what they were doing, yeah.
Omegle,
Yeah.
Omegle, Omegle.
yes, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what people kept saying that they were comparing it to. It's like, is it
Oh.
called Omegle or
Yeah.
Omegle? The horror movie is what they called this.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. Yeah,
No, it's
Chat
pronounced-
Roulette, the movie.
It's
Yeah.
pronounced The Den. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like you brought up, like you were rooting for her and you thought she was going to get away, but we had that bleak ending. Unfortunately, when it comes to found footage, most of the endings are incredibly bleak.
Yeah,
And
there's-
I honestly, have y'all ever seen a found footage horror film where like there is a happy ending or like the protagonist survives? Because I can't think of any.
You're putting me on the spot.
I
but-
mean, so jumping ahead a little bit, and I guess it's a little irrelevant because we're not talking about Creep 2, but at the end of Creep 2, when
Yeah,
she's
that's
on
true.
the bus or subway, I forget what
Subway.
it is.
She sees,
Um,
yeah, okay.
So I mean,
yeah.
she lives, but are they insinuating like, hey, he's not done with her? Like,
Yeah,
so
Well,
you're right. Yeah, she did survive that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I was racking my brain. I'm like, Cloverfield, no. You know, I'm
No.
like, Blair
There
Witch,
are
no.
so few. Usually it ends with like the footage stops because the person can no longer record, essentially.
Yeah.
Or I did appreciate in this one because it didn't make sense to me logistically why we were, like we said before, watching someone's like laptop screen. So she's doing this study, she's recording her laptop screen, but at the end, after she puts up the fight, after we find out that it's kind of like this murder cult OnlyFans hostile situation where people are paying to watch this, they're paying to watch like an edited version of, I think they called it like their narrative.
mhm.
And you pay to watch a person's narrative, which is basically when they start interacting with the website to when they die. And so we like zoom out and see like, thank you for watching Elizabeth's narrative. Like, who else do you want to watch now? And then the guy clicks on like someone else's. And the one he clicks on is a girl that Elizabeth was talking to earlier in the movie. So
Yeah.
we're led to believe that if her narrative is on this website, that means that she is dead. And what's even scarier is it was like I saw the video, it was like 12 minutes. I'm like, so her narrative's like 12 minutes long, where freaking Elizabeth's was, I mean, this is still short movies, like an hour and 16 minutes or something. I was like, that is wild. So I liked that aspect because it kind of explains away the logistics of some stuff not making sense, because my brain goes to, I'm really stupid, but my brain does go to logistics. Like, this doesn't make sense to me, kind of.
No,
So
same.
I
Mhm.
yeah, I did appreciate that ending though. Although
So-
I wish that she had lived.
I had to look this up because I was so confused. So after everything like kind of starts happening to her, she realizes like somebody's messing with me. And then her sister gets like visited, I guess, by one of these guys. She doesn't die. And then that part when one of them is in the house, like picks up the laptop or whatever it is from outside and brings it in. Do you remember? And he was like, oh, where's like the man of the house or whatever? And then she was like, oh, he's not in the picture. And then she's like, mind your business, blah, blah, blah. So was that guy posing as a cop? Because that's what I read. Is that what happened?
Well, I thought he was a cop.
I think he might be a cop.
Oh,
I think because in my notes originally I put like, oh, the killer is a hacker because like obviously he's hacking her stuff because he does like find footage and like he records her getting it on with her very hot boyfriend and then sends it to like her professor who gave her this grant, right?
To me, that's the scariest part of the whole movie.
That is the thing. Yes. I was like, the second it happened, I was like, oh, she's gonna lose the freaking grant.
I know.
But later he basically drops the camera on the ground. I'm like, that's stupid. But no, he goes back and picks it up and uses it to keep filming, which at the time I was like, why would you go through that risk? For the money, because he knows that people are going to pay Hostel style to watch the narratives. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But I'm like, oh my God, does he work forensics? I don't think he was posing. He could have been posing as a cop, but in my mind, I'm like, I think he works for the police station in some way.
Well, because other people were there seeing him. He wasn't like he was trying to hide or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think. I was curious too. I was like, is he posing as a cop? But I'm like, well, they must know him. Or else they'd say, who the fuck are you? Why are you in here? Yeah.
That made it even creepier for me. I was like, oh, so we just like, we have nobody suspects anything weird right now. Yeah. And then he gets into his car, right? And then there's like the masks that they wear in the car.
Yes.
Creepy.
The movie really picked up for me because I was kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm just not like totally intrigued again, because you're mostly watching Elizabeth. And I'm just like, okay.
It hooks you in the second half, I think.
Yeah, the second half. And that was about the time that I was like, yes, now I'm invested. Yeah. I have a question though.
Okay.
When we see the sister, right? The sister like is pregnant. That is her sister, right? Her sister's pregnant and loved the sister. I'm like, I like the sister more than Elizabeth. So I love the sister. She's pregnant. Cool, whatever. She pops up a couple times. Then we see a character get called. She's like, they're pretending to be Elizabeth. Hey, come over. And the person goes, okay, cool. And I'm like, oh no, the pregnant sister. And she goes and she gets attacked and whatever. And then days later, we find out that character had her wrists cut and she's dying in a bathtub. And Elizabeth finds her and she's like, oh my God, she's dead and whatever. And we find out the whole thing was manipulated by these killers. Who was that? Because
that
then
was one
later,
of her friends, I think, right?
Did she ever appear before that scene where she's invited to the house? Because I thought it was this. Oh shit!
I think she chatted with her at the beginning, right?
Yeah, when they were both on the site, like flipping through when they first met the like
I thought that was the sister
person.
Yeah.
No, it was a friend. I got confused too. Okay. I watched it twice and I was like, wait, there are two girls. Like
there are two.
Okay, they looked too similar, and I was really confused when later the sister is like, I'm still pregnant. And I was like, your baby's not dead. Like, I was completely caught off guard. But good thing the sister lives. So as far as we know, the sister ends up making it. She gets attacked and almost killed, but then she ends up living. But okay, I was genuinely like, who is this other girl?
That was her friend. Yeah.
In the beginning, I thought that was the sister. Okay. They looked, make her brunette and I would have been okay.
Right. Yeah. I was getting confused with the boyfriend Damien and Max at first. And I was like, oh, are they the same person? And then I was like, wait, no, two different people.
Yeah. Which one's a friend? Which one's the boyfriend? Because she's also like obviously almost cheating on one of them kind of, or leading one on, more than she should. But the really hot one was the boyfriend. And then the regular hot one was the friend, the quote unquote friend. Mm-hmm. They both die though. So
yeah. Yep. I mean, they pack up that boy's house, his furniture, and everything, and just move him out.
Well, that's the thing is when you find out that there's multiple people involved, like and they have a van. Clearly, they work for maybe the police department. I don't know. Did y'all notice that the movie has like a soundtrack? Like,
did it?
Like there,
like songs that closely,
like music, like scary music plays. So like as you're watching, which.
Again, it has like a score behind it.
It has a score behind it.
Okay, so it's not just like natural noise.
Yes,
actually.
Sometimes
I never paid attention to that.
I kept being like, "Oh, this is creepy," and I would stop and go, "I'm watching a recording of a laptop. Why is the wind so loud? Also, my audio was weird because the wind was like this volume and people talking was this volume. So I had to watch with like, was it closed captioning?
Yeah.
But music was playing and I was like, that's weird.
Well, they added it in post,
but they added it in post for the narrative.
website.
So it makes sense after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what they did. What was like the scariest part for you guys in this? For me, it was her getting hacked. Seriously, that was like what creeped me out the most. Anything that stood out to you is like either with the best jump scare or just something that got under your skin.
Oh no, it was just the initial, like when she first was like, oh my gosh, when she saw the hacker person was posing as like a woman, right? Basically using like someone's like picture.
Just their picture, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you end up seeing that girl get her throat slashed, which was kind of gnarly. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They linger on it too.
Yeah. That was kind of freaky.
That blood was just.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was well
gushing.
done.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
To me, that kind of sets the tone of the movie too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, for me, like I said, it was her getting hacked and just seeing like shit moving on her screen and stuff like that. Like I'm so paranoid about stuff like that happening. Like I don't click on links and emails. Like I am so afraid of getting hacked. And I don't like that.
I want to hack you.
What about you, James?
Okay. The sister being attacked. Once I realized, okay, so the sister's not dead and we still have a sister and she's still pregnant. And there's like a scene of like, we know that someone's in the house. And remember, she like calls the police and gives the sister's address and is like, someone's breaking in my house, whatever, go there now. And hangs up. And Elizabeth is running to the sister's house, calls the sister, and the sister, I love when this happens. She's like, someone's in the house. They're right behind you. It's giving like Halloween 6, right?
Yeah.
Like someone's in the room. He's right behind you. And she's like, get out now. And she's like, huh? What?
Yeah. She says, huh?
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Like, and then she's like, get out of the house. And then the thing hangs up and she's like, that was weird. What? Like, girl. And she gets attacked. But I was genuinely scared for that. And then I forgot exactly which moment it was.
Well, what would you have done if like Moses called you and said that? Would you go, huh? Or would you run?
If someone said, get out of the house now, I would run forward out of my house. Whatever door was closest to me forward, I would run. And if it was a joke, I'd be like, you bitch, you got me. But I'd be outside saying it. Yeah.
Where would you know where to run? Like, would you
Whichever
run
door.
or would you like
forward
towards the door? Yeah.
Run. No.
You run.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would run.
bolting.
You're
I'll jump out the
bolting.
window. I'll jump out the window. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like Sally
me out of the
Hardesty
house
style,
faster.
Yeah.
jumping out Texas Chainsaw style. Yeah.
I relate.
Okay.
Gone.
Okay.
And then there's a jump scare later. I think it's when she sees like the car driving away or something. I think it's when she gets abducted. She sees the car driving away and it's only a quick shot, but they misdirect. And she's like, wait, stop. And she's like calling out to this van and the van's driving away. And then all of a sudden the face like pops in and goes like, doosh, like there's music and like a big loud sound plays. And it's that weird scarecrow mask because surprise, the scarecrow is the killer essentially. And then it cuts to black and we find out that she's been abducted. That got me.
All
That's
right.
amazing.
Before we move on, actually,
Yes.
did the director do anything else? Like
He did something called The Dance, which was a short film, The Den, and then something called The Unknowable in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Which is he's 9 episodes, so I guess it's some show.
I was just curious. I'm like, I wonder if we've seen anything else from him.
Yeah. I mean, he had
Her.
some talent. Like, I'm shocked he hasn't done more because I'm like, I'm not saying it was a perfect movie, but like, clearly you know how to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's
enjoyed
potential
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck actually, I made Chuck watch it with me. And I was like, at the end, I always ask him Chuck because he's much like Mike. You know, he's not like a movie person. Probably
Yeah.
doesn't know what, I think he knows what a final girl is now just because of being around me so much.
Yeah.
But I always get his thoughts on stuff. He goes, "What'd you think of it?" He goes, "That was pretty intense, actually."
Oh, cute.
He doesn't watch a lot of stuff like that with me.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the ending, I mean, just the whole torture and kidnapping stuff, that is intense. So
Yeah. That was a lot.
and that and the ending when she's trying to escape that compound, yeah, it's like it is anxiety inducing.
It was tense. And at one point, I think you even asked me like, wait, how are we watching that happen? And I was like, they ripped the camera off her head because she has like a camera stuck on her head
That's
at one
right.
point. And they like you can see like they rip it off like for a half a second and then they use it to keep filming.
Yeah.
Because they know, you know what? They know they got to get the shot.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of getting the shot, I'm very excited now to introduce Creep. which is the other movie we're going to talk about. So this is also from 2014, and it follows a guy who's being paid to follow another guy around for the day with a video camera, only to discover that he's a little bit of a creep. It's starring Mark Duplass and Patrick Bryce, who is also our writer and director. So the guy who plays Aaron, the lead, the protagonist, is also the writer director. Thought that was very interesting. He's also involved in the sequel and the show. And Aaron is offered like $1,000 to go film this guy Joseph in what we're told are his final days, as he is unfortunately dying of cancer. I think he says like all over, or cancer everywhere, or something like that. But it's one of his many lies that he kind of dumps on Aaron within seconds of meeting him. Derek, I want to hear the letterbox reviews, please.
You want to hear the letterbox reviews? Okay,
Yes.
well, first of all, it's got a rating of 3.3 out of 5 stars, which I think is fair. I think that's fair. Maybe
I'd
a
say-
little low.
Yeah.
I'd give it maybe a 3.5.
Same.
I would say at least
Yeah.
3.5 to
Yeah.
4 if we're gonna,
Because it is a solid movie, but again, you have to kind of, the logic isn't logicking at some times for me. But some of my favorite reviews, this proves my point that furries should never be trusted. All right.
Great. Give him a bad
wrong.
name.
Damn, white men are really like this.
For real, that's really all it
and
is.
Probably my favorite of all, which was kind of thought-provoking, because I did kind of suspect this when I was watching it again. This is a gay love story.
Yes. Yep. This is a lot of things. It feels like there is gay subtext. Okay.
What, I mean,
All right.
tubby time? I mean, just stripping
Tubby,
down. Yeah.
like it's because it is also the tubby. Your first tubby. There's so much wild, cringe, crazy shit in this movie, and what I noticed when watching these two apart, 'cause I was like, Derek, I'm like, these movies are very different. Like, we're talking about two very different movies here, and he's like, no, like they're both found footage slasher movies, which there are very few of. Like, found footage is very like zombie, paranormal, sci-fi. There are very few like slasher.
Like grounded in reality.
Stuff. Kind of horror
Yeah.
movies. And so where the other one was like, I'm going to do this study to be more connected to these people. And you kind of find out how like disconnected we are. Like everyone's a freaking weirdo and a psycho. This one was the opposite, where it's very intimate. Like it's a weird intimacy thing where your brain can't really like comprehend the relationship of these two men, because Aaron is also, we'll talk about, I'm sure in a second, very trusting and passive, because every time
People pleaser. He's a
people pleaser,
pleaser.
a yes man.
That bitch should have left like
But
2 minutes in
Yep.
and chose not to.
When Joseph, which we find out that's not even his name, Joseph is like, okay, you're gonna follow me around. I have cancer everywhere. You're gonna follow me around and you're gonna film me so that I can show this video to my kid. I thought he was telling the truth. Like, obviously I knew something was off, but I thought he was telling the truth. Even when he was sitting in the tub, because this is the thing, is like, if you're like, okay, like, hey, little guy, I'm your dad, and this is the stuff I used to like to do. No, he's like, he pretends to pick up an invisible child who's not there. And he puts him in the tub with him, and he says like, it's your first tubby. And I think he's like maybe brushing his hair. He's like shampooing. The kid's not there. And Joseph asks, like, basically, he assumes that Aaron's going to follow him to the bathtub, which he does. And then he basically says, like, Aaron, is this okay? And Aaron's like, yeah, sure. He does that so many times where he, like, invites him to do this weird thing. And he invites him to do it in the middle of them already doing it. Like, when they're basically walking in the middle of nowhere looking for, like, Heart Rock Creek or whatever. And he's like, is this okay? You're already lost, my guy. And Aaron's like, yeah, sure. It was so... Yeah, people pleaser. It was so freaking weird. But the movie leans so hard into the cringe, this weird intimate cringe thing, that I was so hooked. I was uncomfortable, but I was hooked in a way that I was not with like The Den, and the way that I'm not with a lot of other found footage movies.
When I was reading like the letterbox reviews, a lot of people were referring to this as a jump scare movie, and they're right, because every 5 minutes, Mark Duplass goes, "Hey!" Like,
Hey!
screen. gonna be really quiet.
Yeah.
He's disappeared, and he's like ready to go, and all of a sudden he just jumps out of nowhere and like bangs on something. So it's like
Yeah.
really loud and jarring at times.
Mhm.
And I don't think there's a soundtrack in this movie. I think it's all just natural sound, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It felt like a found footage, like it felt like an actual found footage movie. Like it felt like we were watching just an actual like tape. And then even though the jump scares are virtually the same thing every time, like you said, he walks like the what is it? The car where he goes, hey,
Bang,
and then
slaps
there's
from the window. Yeah.
in the tub. He one of my favorite parts is we start to get like an inkling of who he really is because he pretends to drown himself in the tub. Like but he has a jump scare and goes blah and does that. Scared me, caught me off guard. Peach Fuzz. He jumps out his Peach Fuzz, which is the furry reference.
The friendly
the friendly werewolf, friendly wolf, whatever.
Looks like the most vicious, gnarly werewolf mask ever. That he said that like his dad used to like wear with him and sing a song and stuff. And what the fuck?
Well, that's the thing is like, and I believed it, but then he also said something like, he's like, you like the paintings I made with my dad when I was younger? They're just paintings on the wall of this house he's never been to before. So it just is wild, the lies that he tells, but it keeps you uneasy the whole time. But oh my God, the jump scares again, even though they're all kind of like the same jump scare, I was never mad at them. I never got annoyed by them.
It worked every time for me.
Worked
That's
every
why
time.
it was so annoying. I'm like, God damn it. You know,
Yeah.
like again, again.
He also laughed after every one.
I have a question. Yaz, I'll let you go first. So like at what point would you have left and never come back? Like at what point, if you were Aaron, what would have made you say, okay, fuck this, I'm out of here?
So truthfully, probably as soon as he was like, I'm gonna hop in the tub, and then he starts. So what gets me is as he's getting in the tub and he like has his pants like kind of like
halfway
almost
down.
pulled down,
Yeah.
and he's like, you want a sandwich or something?
Yeah.
I forgot about that part and I died. So there I probably would have left just because I would have felt uncomfortable.
Mhm.
But like honestly, I thought about this too while I was watching it. The part that genuinely where I would have been like, okay, I think I am not safe anymore is when they go looking for the heart rock or whatever.
Yes.
And he brings up the axe and he was like, did you think I was gonna kill you with that? Or like,
Yes.
and like
I got chills.
yes,
Yeah.
I've seen this movie so many times, and that part, like my heart sank, and I was like, that's it. That's where I would have been like, fuck, like we're in the woods. I don't know where I am. This guy's talking about killing me with an axe. I'm scared now. That's where it would have like gone sideways for me.
It's so right. I'm so glad you said that because I almost forgot about that part. That was so chilling.
When would you have left?
Oh gosh.
Derek would have never gone. He would have never.
I would have
even
never
heard
gone to
that
begin
song.
with. No, I would have gone if it had been like, because I've gone to some shady houses to like go basement diving for VHS tapes before. Like I've answered like Craigslist ads, you know, for people, you know, hey, I've got some tapes, come fill up a box. And
Yeah.
I've gone to do that. So I've very easily could have been Jeffrey Dahmer before.
Anyone looking to kidnap Derek, just know that's all it takes.
Yeah, tell me you got some tapes, come look at it, and I'll come do it.
Same.
Gosh, I was gonna say, yeah, probably the bathtub scene probably would have made me second guess things. I'm like, dude, I barely know you, and you're already dropping dong in front of me. You know,
Yeah.
like, is this a grinder hookup? What is this?
Right.
Yeah, probably that. If I had stayed beyond that, and he said that axe thing, like Yaz said, yeah, that would have been it for me. What about you, James? What would have made you have said, okay, I'm fucking gone? Yeah.
Wouldn't have stayed past the bathtub scene.
Yeah.
But like you said, yes, if I was still there, it's the axe. But the bathtub scene, because it's so uncomfortable, it would have been though when he pretended to drown himself. It like that whole thing was so weird, and I'd be like, when do I get to go? Because I think he already gave him the cash at that point. So I'd be like, it's time to leave. But when he pretended to kill himself to lighten the mood is when I would have left.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the person for you, because you know who could have filmed Joseph in the tub is Joseph.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing that Aaron was doing that Joseph could not have done himself.
That's a
The
good
entire
point.
thing.
The
Yeah.
entire thing. So I've been like, oh, I get what this is. Even take half back, keep the camera actually, and I'm gonna go. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yep.
Yeah, I think we mentioned before about how Aaron was so trusting and like such a people pleaser. I think that's also kind of like a theme in this movie because even at the, jumping forward to the very end, I mean, he sits on that fucking park bench with his back turned to literally everyone. I mean, the bench is on the edge of the lake where like anyone could creep up behind him. Why would you do that? And Joseph even turns to the camera and says, "It's just that you're such a good person. You know, you really believe me, and you're one of the best." You know, like,
but he says, "But why didn't you turn around?
Why didn't you turn around? Yeah.
Why didn't you turn around?" Like,
yeah.
And that's why I love the movie so much, is it comments on the scare.
Mm-hmm.
So you can feel however you want about the scare happening. But like with other found footage movies, with any found footage movie, you're kind of left with your own thoughts after, like, oh, I would never do that, or oh, why'd they do that, whatever. This one, because you're kind of laughing afterwards, I was like, okay, Joseph.
And I can't remember when the first time I watched this. Okay, I was actually shocked that this came out in 2014 because I know I have only first seen this movie, I think maybe during like within the last 5 years, 5 or 6 years. I think maybe like it was like a COVID movie for me when I finally discovered, like, it hit Shudder or something. Like, did y'all remember seeing this like that long ago?
Definitely within the like you said, like the last 5-ish years.
Yeah.
I would say I've actually been to that lake and everything, that
Really?
area, because it's not that far from me. So I have a picture of me on the bench, like where he sat.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
I
That's
do.
cool.
So also when we go visit you, we all have to go sit on that bench. Well, we can.
Is
One
the
of us
bench
sit on
as
the
close
bench.
to the water as it looks in the movie?
You know what? I'm like 99.9% sure I had the right bench. There's several that kind of like line like the water right there.
Yeah.
And now it looks kind of weird. So the tree that he's sitting next to is like grown out. Obviously it looks different. That was a long time ago. And now they have like these like it's like gated off around the water. Probably like for safety
like a fence
reasons.
or something.
Yeah. So it
Someone
looks like
fell
it,
in.
but it also kind of like a lot's changed, obviously. Like the background, like scenery looks different. So
Yeah.
But
That's,
it was
where
neat.
where did they film this movie? Because
In Crestline.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
In
like
Crestline.
really not far from me at all.
Yeah.
So
I wish I was near shit that gets filmed. Another thing with the when would you leave is even if I didn't leave during the tubby scene, right? Didn't leave during the looking for the heart thing, didn't leave during the baptism. Like they're like playing and frolicking in the water, and I call it a baptism. They were like doing weird shit in this like little pond and stuff. Even if I didn't leave then, he gets.
But did they say
there-
that was like sewage water or something?
Sewage
Was there
water,
a sign
yes.
for sewage? It's like, are y'all getting in that water?
Yeah,
Is
he
this supposed
gets
to be
in it,
sewage?
like because you know what, to me,
Get your
as
tootsies in there. Dip your tootsies.
yeah.
Yeah.
As a videographer, a quote unquote, that was hired to film him for a video for his kid. You know what your kid's really gonna want to see is us playing in the water, the sewage water.
Yeah.
But the moment that I was like, Aaron, I need you to stop being such a bitch, and I need you. Like he started like, I never hated him, but he was starting to annoy me. Was he gets like a Black Christmas phone call where Joseph's alleged sister calls and says, "Put the phone down and walk out of the house."
Mhm.
Literally, it's giving Black Christmas.
That
And
was
just
scaring me
like-
so bad. That got
So
under
bad.
my skin. Yeah.
And that's a moment where I would have ran.
Just bolted for the
and
door.
bolted and just kept going. And he like slowly walks around and starts like looking in all the rooms very slow.
That's what I would do though. I feel like that's what I would do. Because I feel like I
Yaz
would
and
try to make as least amount of sound as possible just to sneak out.
Yaz and I would have fucking jumped out the
Yeah.
window and been done.
Because-
Done.
to my understanding at that time too, he was still knocked out, right? From the whatever
Yes.
Aaron
Well,
gave
Well,
him.
when he
the
left
pills.
the room, he was gone.
He was gone.
After he hung up the phone with his
that's
sister,
right.
he was he was passed out in front of like the fireplace.
Yeah, I
And
still
then-
would have been gone.
Just
Noise
bolted
and
out.
all. I
Yeah,
would
just go.
Yeah. Like, see you later or see you never for real.
Yeah. So scary.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark Duplass though, like Casey and I, my co-host for my podcast, we talk about creeps so much, and I feel like, I don't know if you guys agree, if any, not necessarily anyone else, but I don't know of a lot of actors who can pull off, because not a whole lot really happens in the movie. I don't know a whole lot of actors who can pull that off where they keep you like just so entertained and like what's going to happen next. Like he really has a talent for that. And even in Creep 2, same thing. Like he's just such a unique person, I feel. Like even in real life, like I love listening to him talk. Like, yeah, he could read the dictionary and I'm like sat. I think he's so talented. And
Yeah,
like
he has a friendly face too, and like
Yeah.
he doesn't seem threatening in the movie
Right.
until he says certain lines of dialogue, and it's like,
Yeah.
ah, shit, like there's something off with you. Yeah,
And then I was trying to think, I'm like, because really, you're right, nothing happens, but I was still so engaged. The whole thing plays out like a big, long, weird therapy session because, like, what other found footage movie has a question like, "Have you ever done anything that you really regret?" And that's like a whole scene, but it's so weird and uncomfortable and like catches you off guard. Like the movie uses, they're not gimmicks, but it uses like ploys with like dialogue and really good storytelling and great performances to move the story along versus other found footage films that really rely on the like, oh no, the camera is skipping, I should be scared now, which the Den actually did a lot too, which is strange because it's a laptop. We don't need to go there. It's okay. Like it would go like staticky, like strange. Anyway, but oh gosh, I really enjoyed this movie.
I do too. I'm glad you brought the part about the sister because that phone call, I actually wrote a note in there. That phone call it fucked me up. But what too was also creepy, and for me, one of the scariest scenarios is like home invasion. And so I had seen Creep, like I said, back in like 2020 when I first saw it with Shudder or something, and so I had forgot a lot about it. I almost completely forgot that he escapes from the house, like he beats him up, and he escapes and he goes back to his home, but he starts getting these DVDs sent to him. He goes, oh, I guess he's not done with me, and he starts playing these DVDs, and it's Joseph talking to him, and he wants to apologize. But then, like, he goes to sleep at night and he wakes up because he hears like a loud bang. And to me, that's like my biggest fear is being sound asleep and hearing like some shit outside my window or someone trying to break in the house. And so he like jumps out of bed and is like looking around. He's like, what's going on? He even calls out. He's like, Joseph, is that you?
He's in the back. He's in the doorway, the glass doorway.
He like leaves the room, and then you see Joseph like come up to his like back patio door because the lights are on, because he did do the thing that I would definitely do. Okay, all lights on, all lights on, all lights on. I'm turning every single light on. Yeah.
Be so for real, because when something happens, I do have to walk around the house with a knife, and you turn every single light on. That's why I was like, okay, like if I was starting to be like, Aaron, what are you doing? I was like, nope, you've redeemed yourself.
Yeah, that was a smart move. That was the smartest thing he did this whole movie, was turn all the lights on and grab a knife. Yeah.
You know what gets me when I was watching it? And again, I've seen it so many times and I never paid attention. So the part when he tells Aaron, like, turn the camera off, I got to tell you a story, whatever, doesn't turn the camera off. And he's telling him about that whole interaction with his wife or whatever. Yes. But then he goes, yeah, I went to the 99-cent store and picked up this mask. I was like, 99-cent store, my ass. That Peach Fuzz mask did not cost 99 cents.
Hell no. Right. That's like a $300 mask.
That's an expensive ass mask. Yeah.
You went to like a costume store.
Yeah. It took me out of it for a second, and I was like, there's no way.
You start to realize that there's holes in his stories. Yeah. You're like, I know the value of this shit.
We know masks. Like, even at Spirit Halloween, a mask, you can't get something like that for 99 cents.
Right.
That's going to run you at least $60 or more.
Yeah. Even that part was just like, it's so jarring, I feel like, the way that Mark Duplass can just go from being so incredibly menacing to where that like sweet face, it just he can get rid of it like that. Quick. And that's like what's scary to me too, is like you think, oh, okay, yeah, like at first, oh, this guy's joking, he has a weird sense of humor, whatever, but then like you start noticing like he's making these really drastic like changes to his like mood, and that would just freak me out if I was in that situation, because then I'd be like, okay, I'm sensing actual danger here. I should probably leave.
He was a creep. He was a creep.
He was
a creep.
I will say the moral of the story that I got from this was that people don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. That's what I got from this.
Trust your gut. Trust your gut.
Leave. The moral of the story is the moral of both is don't talk to strangers on the internet, because I think he answers like an ad, right? Like an online ad to go do this.
It's like a Craigslist ad, I think.
Craigslist ad.
I love how we say don't talk to strangers on the internet, and that's why all of us are sitting here right now.
Hey, but we actually know each other.
Yeah.
in
I
Don't
get
real
what
talk
you
life
mean,
now.
though.
now.
I get what you
now
Don't
we
talk
do.
to strangers unless
Yeah.
you are James or Derek or Yaz.
Or Yaz. And I
Yeah.
think this,
Yeah.
we've literally we all started out as internet friends 1st
Uh-huh.
before we met in
Yep.
real life. Yeah. But you know what? I think I've pride myself in being a pretty good judge of character. I really do.
Same.
And I can
I
vibe
don't.
people out really quick and figure out like
Not me.
who the creeps are. At least so far, I've been pretty good at that.
Yeah.
At least James is surprising me, and like he's playing like a long game. You know what I mean?
I am.
And,
Yep.
James, I'd
Did
be
you-
so mad if you killed me.
It would be such a betrayal.
I'd be so annoyed. Like,
Yeah.
this is how I go.
More
This killed
annoying
me,
than
you
anything.
know?
Yeah. This
Okay.
stupid bland bitch.
I know. Did
of
you get
all
some of
the
your
things-
self tanner on me, you bitch?
Yeah. That's how they'd find me.
Yeah.
They'd be
Oh,
like,
that's
there's
yeah.
residue of L'Oreal tanning wipes. What? Oh, there are only 3 people in the US who have purchased these.
Oh my god. So thinking about both of these, Creep and The Den, if you were placed in either of these films, like if you were in The Creep or The Den, which one do you think would have been like the scarier scenario to be a part of? Yeah, as you go first.
Creep, 100%. Because The Den, like everyone was saying, I just shut the laptop.
Fair.
Movie's over.
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not doing
and,
it.
like,
Yeah.
In my mind, the whole hacking thing is very scary in real
It
life.
is.
But yeah, stop doing this study. There you go. Close the laptop. Yeah, because also like the laptop is off and then her boyfriend comes over, right? And then it suddenly like comes back on full light while her and her boyfriend are doing some stuff. And I'm like, you would notice. And also, why did you leave it up? Like you left your laptop like on the bed open
Right.
facing you. And then when the light came on, you didn't, no.
Well,
Like,
that's been a thing that people have known to be aware of for years now. Like,
Yes.
people put a little piece of tape over like their webcams and stuff like that because
Well,
it's a known
now.
thing that
yeah.
it could be. But like, I feel like even like in the early, I don't know, like 2008, like I've heard that, and so.
But even in like the mid 2000s, late 2000s, like when I was in college, like when you were done with your laptop, did you leave it open?
No, I closed it. Yeah.
You closed it. So
Yeah.
she was a silly little bitch.
I know. Here's the
And-
thing. I think
yeah.
for me though, the scariest scenario would be The Den because it's almost like you're completely helpless. Like there's a network of people, and like even the cops you're supposed to like call and get help from, like they've infiltrated the police as well.
Mhm.
Like Mark Duplass, I feel like I could take him. You know what I mean? I feel like I'd have better
Right.
chances. I feel like I could whoop his ass. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
that threatening. And even Aaron, like he had a good like I'm gonna say maybe 3 inches on him for like he was taller than him. I'm
Yeah.
like, you could like overpower
Chokehold.
him if you needed to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
made a bad move by having his back turned on the bench. But had he seen him coming, I feel like I don't know, his chances
Yeah.
would have been better. And so
Right.
for that reason, I feel like The Den would be the more creepier thing because like getting kidnapped and taken to that compound. Oh my god, I've got like 28 people to fight and kill now. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I suppose.
So
Yeah, I guess the movie wise, Creep was scarier to me, but scenario the one that would be harder to get out of, I guess, would be The Den.
yeah,
But where I would be the most like "Urgh," would be Creep.
yeah.
Because I'd be like, but Mark Duplass is so handsome. What do I do?
Yeah, same.
I'm supposed to leave, but
I'd be scared, but I'd be like, oh, he's cute.
He's
He's
cute.
in my first tubby. All right.
I
All
know.
right.
These both came out in 2014, which is insane.
Yeah.
Which do you think's aged better?
Creep for me.
Same.
I agree. Yeah. Laptop horror, it does. I mean, just the technology in general has like it dates itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And
the
it
guy who
relies
screams
on
out 4G, baby. I mean, we're on 5G now. So,
Yeah. It relies on that. It relies on the tech as the thing, as the gimmick, and Creep
Mhm.
relies on Mark Duplass is terrifying.
Right.
Like it relies on the cringe and the uncomfortable, and that will always be scary. So yeah, I think that holds up a lot better.
Yeah. I think Creep is definitely the better of the two. But what are some other of your favorite found footage movies? Yasmine.
Yeah, yes. Which ones have you seen that you love?
Honestly, this is so basic bitch of me, but I don't care. I love the Paranormal Activity movies.
Period.
They're good.
Period.
Yep.
They're so scary.
T. They
Mhm.
freak me the
So
fuck
scary.
out. Mm-hmm.
That
What else do I
third
like?
one is like
The
next
third
level for me.
one.
So good.
Yeah, they're scary. I mean, obviously we gotta, mention the Blair Witch Project, because what's a found footage
Bible.
episode
Yeah.
without mentioning it? It's just, it's the gold
perfect.
standard, in my opinion. I know people have their opinions on it. But I remember everything like from when that movie came out, and oh man, the marketing was just impeccable. Like you can't do that anymore. And I feel like it was really just lightning in a bottle. And and being like, I was a kid, but like I remember how scary it was and like how that made me feel. And I just, I haven't felt that way with another movie or a found footage movie since.
Yeah. It holds up though. I showed it to my nephew last year and he's 16. And so I was like, we can watch something, and he wanted to watch that. And I'm like, let's watch it. Okay, cool. And I was trying to like tell him about the marketing and like that lightning in a bottle, thing that like, it can't happen now. And this is how it was back then. And he really loved it. Like he was scared and creeped out. And he's like, what the frick? Like, what is this? Like, this is wild. He had a really good time with it. And I was like, okay, so it does actually hold up.
That's cool.
The paranormal movies probably would scare the hell out of him, because those are also, have some really good jump scares too. Yeah.
Blair Witch still creeps me out to this day, though. Like I'll still watch it, and I'll feel so uneasy, like, especially if I watch it like late at night, like going to bed. It freaks me out. Same with like, the Paranormal Activity movies. I don't know if I've talked to James about this before, but yeah, I used to have like really bad sleep paralysis, and I was experiencing it really bad around the time that the first Paranormal Activity movie came out, and I went to go see that, and I'm like, oh man, so that had me fucked up, because like all this shit happens while they're sleeping, right? And during that time, I was like a super paranoid sleeper. And so that really just like tapped into like my fear of all that shit. So I love those. I love this one called Alien Abduction. This one came out maybe like 2018, 2019, something like that. It's about this family who were taking like a afternoon drive like through the mountains or whatever. And they get attacked by aliens, and it's found footage. And I think it's really cool. Obviously, I love the VHS franchise like a lot.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, I love those. VHS fucking rules. Quarantine, Cloverfield. There's not many I don't fuck with, honestly. Like this is one of my favorite subgenres. I feel like people either kind of love it or hate it. Some are better than others, obviously, but as a whole, it just works for me. I think it's super fun. And sometimes not all of them are super rewatchable, but like I think I went to the theater to see Cloverfield like 3 times. Like I really like that one.
Well, and that's always like an action movie, like an action creature feature, end of the world. Like it's so many other things. Yeah. And it's found footage. Yeah. That movie is wild. That movie's a good time.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'm thinking of,
I know. I feel like I can't think of like, I'm sure I'm missing some.
Y'all named all the ones that I would mostly say. Like Quarantine and Blair Witch, probably my 2 favorite found footage. And
Quarantine makes me panic still.
Yes, like, they're both total opposites. Like Blair Witch is a very slow, creepy, moody. Like it's so unnerving, because a lot of it's all what you don't see. It's the relationships of the people getting lost, whatever. Quarantine is just batshit crazy, panic inducing, stressful as hell from go, very loud, very bombastic. And I really love that movie. Another one that Lake Mungo actually creeped me out. The thing is, it's like 50-50. Some people really don't like it. And some people are like, oh my God, it scared me so much.
Isn't it more like mockumentary style?
It's a mockumentary.
Yeah.
And it is very slow. But then once they start like revealing like footage and images and whatever, it builds and builds and builds. And for some reason, the end just like I was like this watching it, like really scared me. Lake Mungo. What was yours though, Yas?
Oh, Hell House.
Yes. I was going to say that too. Hell House.
I would have been kicking myself if I forgot to say that. Yeah. I enjoy all of those movies. I haven't watched the new one just because I heard it's not found footage and it wasn't that good. Yeah. But all of the other movies are so good. I enjoy all of them. They have like such good rewatchability, and
I agree. It's what I like about especially the first one. It's like it's shit you see in the background, that's had like subtle things like a shadow in the hallway, or when they're trying to get the camera set up for some of the scares in the haunted house, when he's in that hallway and there's like, he keeps seeing some guy, the lights are flickering, there's someone behind him and they wouldn't be there. Stuff
so
like
scary.
That really creeps me out. And just the clowns, and Oh, bitch, that movie, it did. It scared the shit out of
That
me.
one was creepy. I liked that one.
Mm-hmm. Are there any like horror franchises that are not found footage that you think would be cool if they had a found footage entry into them? Like a Friday the 13th or a Hellraiser or anything like that. Have you ever thought about that?
I have not. That's a good question.
She's always got good questions. I would almost think Halloween, except we got Resurrection, and that is one of the worst movies I've ever
They
seen.
didn't do that right though.
Well, they didn't do it right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so it can be done poorly.
Even
That's
like, well,
very
think about
good-
how creepy, like the
'Cause
Texas Chainsaw remake, like the 2003 one, like when they were doing like the black and white cam stuff, going down to the basement. That shit's creepy. So, like even like a Texas Chainsaw found footage, I think could be kind of cool.
If they did it like that, like an old, really old timey one, kind of, I think that would actually be very, very scary. Because I think there is like a Hellraiser, it's like Hellworld, where it's like laptop. I don't.
It's
I didn't
stupid. No.
Okay, so
I think
then,
Hellraiser could be cool though. Like hey, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm experimenting. I'm found this box or whatever. We're gonna record and see whatever happens. You know, some shit like that. I think Hellraiser. I think honestly, any of these franchises, I think would be kind of neat to have a found footage spin on it. Like Halloween, we're gonna investigate the old Myers house. You know, and shit like that.
Again, that would
be spooky.
Yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can see like Child's Play going that route, because every couple, or Chucky, I should say, because they can't use the Child's Play name anymore, right? But like they love to like try everything. Like every sequel, including the show, is like, now we're gonna do this, and it's like a totally separate thing than they've done before. So I'm like, you really, I guess found footage is like the next thing if they did a movie. Well, either that or they're gonna send them to space, because what else are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Do both, honestly.
Yeah.
Chucky in space on camera,
or like Alien found footage. Alien has found footage. You know, because
like
they dabbled with like
made
looking
up
through the headsets and stuff like that, and like Alien and Aliens. You know, you get to see
call
that
it
stuff.
like and call it like Aliens Militia, or I don't know what the hell they were called, the soldier people, like whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wanted to see something like that happen. I feel like that's a way you can like bring your franchise back that's been kind of sleeping for a few years. Yeah, you know, like even like a Friday the 13th would be kind of neat. So that was The Den and Creep. Let us know what you think of these movies, or if there's any other found footage horror movies that we didn't mention. Let us know, because like I said, this is one of my favorite genres. I know Yaz and James also enjoy this. I also want to thank Yaz for joining us to do this tonight. Thank you so much. I get you were one of my favorite people in the whole world, and I cannot wait to see you again in person. Seriously, thank you for making the time for me when I was out in LA and like stranded for a few more days, and like helping me fill up my time there. And it was so good to see you, and just I really did appreciate you just showing me around town, and I could not be more grateful. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Yeah, I didn't think that we were going to get him back on the East Coast. He was loving it over there so much.
I didn't want to come back. I don't want to go back. I didn't want to be here.
I don't want to be here. So yeah, for more Don't Be Dead, watch on YouTube, listen on your favorite podcast app, and get extra content on Patreon. Don't forget to leave us a review. And until next time,
don't be dead.